Kuteza, Antunes and Guillemino. On the bench, Frick, Besson, Magnin, Sawadogo, Baron, Sudanovic, Stevanovic, Von Moss, Utara, Weber, Crivelli and Simbal Kohli. Well, 8 changes for Chelsea. Maybe no surprise, that's the side that won 6-2 at Wolves in the Premier League, with only Enzo Fernandez, Mikhailo Mudryk and hat-trick goal scorer Noni Madueke keeping their places. Chelsea's lineup is Jorgensen in goal, Disasi, Adebayo, Badeshil, Vega, Fernandez, Dewsbury Hall, Madueke, Nkunku, Mudryk and Guillaume. On the bench, Sanchez, Bettinelli, Ashampong, Caldwell, Cucurella, Caicedo, George, Palmer and Jackson. Underway at 7:30 between Servette and Chelsea. 13 news is in from the Stade de Genève in Switzerland, where Chelsea take a 2-0 first leg advantage to their Europa Conference League decider against Servette. The hosts have not played since losing that game at Stamford Bridge, and they haven't changed too much about their side. 3 changes from the starting 11. Alexis Antunes and Jeremy Guillemino start, while Joel Maul has replaced Jeremy Frick in goal. Servette begin with Maul in goal, Tsunemoto, Rouillet, Severin, Mazikou, Dulin, Ondua, Cognac, Kuteza, Antunes and Guillemino. On the bench, Frick, Besson, Magnin, Sawadogo, Baron, Sudanovic, Stevanovic, Von Moss, Utara, Weber, Crivelli and Simbal Kohli. Well, 8 changes for Chelsea. Maybe no surprise, that's the side that won 6-2 at Wolves in the Premier League, with only Enzo Fernandez, Mikhailo Mudryk and hat-trick goal scorer Noni Madueke keeping their places. Chelsea's lineup is Jorgensen in goal, Disasi, Adebayo, Badeshil, Vega, Fernandez, Dewsbury Hall, Madueke, Nkunku, Mudryk and Guillaume. On the bench, Sanchez, Bettinelli, Ashampong, Caldwell, Cucurella, Caicedo, George, Palmer and Jackson. Underway at 7:30 between Servette and Chelsea. 13 news is in from the Stade de Genève in Switzerland, where Chelsea take a 2-0 first leg advantage to their Europa Conference League decider against Servette. The hosts have not played since losing that game at Stamford Bridge, and they haven't changed too much about their side. 3 changes from the starting 11. Alexis Antunes and Jeremy Guillemino start, while Joel Maul has replaced Jeremy Frick in goal. Servette begin with Maul in goal, Tsunemoto, Rouillet, Severin, Mazikou, Dulin, Ondua, Cognac, Kuteza, Antunes and Guillemino. On the bench, Frick, Besson, Magnin, Sawadogo, Baron, Sudanovic, Stevanovic, Von Moss, Utara, Weber, Crivelli and Simbal Kohli. Well, 8 changes for Chelsea. Maybe no surprise, that's the side that won 6-2 at Wolves in the Premier League, with only Enzo Fernandez, Mikhailo Mudryk and
Yeah, warm welcome along to Off-Tube studio-based commentary then on this Europa Conference League playoff second leg. A place in the league phase is what's at stake for these two sides. And no second chances either. It's not like the Champions League or Europa League playoffs where you drop down into the next competition. If Chelsea don't get over the line tonight, they will not be playing European football this season. We're underway in Geneva, and Chelsea in their all-white change colours have kick-off, and they send a long ball forward, trying to search out the chance to get it out to the left-hand side, but it's gone out of play, and Mudryk could not keep it in, so that goes for a goal kick. I'm Simon Barlow, joined by Tom Wilson for the second leg. So Chelsea leading 2-0, but from what I understand, they weren't necessarily, that kind of dominant force in the first game.
Yeah, it certainly looked that way, didn't it? In that first leg at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea were, parts of the crowd booed them off after the game. I think because they expected a much more dominant performance and a result that showed that as well. 2-0 against, not even the best team in Switzerland. Maybe doesn't look that good on paper, and then you look at the stats as well. It looked like a pretty even game. The first goal coming from the penalty spot as well. It just didn't look, and it doesn't seem like that was a very confident performance. Of course, that was Maresca's first win. We'll have a bit more confidence now coming into this one after that 6-2 victory against Wolves. But yeah, an away crowd, still potential there. That, as you say, they could not get over the line, but they put themselves in a decent position.
Yeah, it is a pretty good crowd actually that have turned up at the Stade de Genève for this game. About 30,000, I think, have got the tickets for this playoff second leg. Thomas Haberle's side, as you mentioned, not the best team in Switzerland last season. They were third in the Swiss Super League. They weren't they were a second flight team in Switzerland until a couple of seasons ago. So they've risen up, having been one of the established names in the past. Ball goes out of play from a ball from defence, and it's a throw-in on the far side to Chelsea. And Noni Madueke gets his first touch. He's course, been named in the England squad for the first time today by Lee Carsley, ex-England youth team player. Chelsea start from the back then with the central defenders now, Uecl and Tosin, just swapping passes. Disasi looks to slot this one into midfield, but he's now being pointed to go backwards there, and they'll begin with Uecl. He knocks it into the feet now of Guillou, plays it back into midfield, and Chelsea get it out to the left-hand side for Mudryk. The Ukrainian not really looking to penetrate there, just plays a safe pass back inside, and Chelsea dominating the ball in these early stages. That's a good line-breaking pass there from Uecl, and now the ball's out to the right-hand side for Noni Madueke. He slips as he tries to cross there and falls in a bit of a heap, and that will be cleared by Servette off him for a throw-in.
Interestingly, Simon, it looks like they've set up as a back three, Chelsea, when we were expecting more of a back four. It looks like Disasi, Adrabayo and Uecl are that three. And Vega's almost sort of got like a free role in the midfield with Madueke. I wouldn't say he's a right wing back. He certainly is a right winger, and Mudryk a left winger. So that's going to be interesting just to keep an eye on. Yeah,
and Chelsea come again as they retain possession over on the far side. Vega finds Madueke. They go back now, all the way back into the central defensive positions. Servette just stood off in their defensive shape. They've got a sort of 4-2-3-1 formation going on with Guimeno as the lone striker trying to press here as Chelsea still have it in their half. Now they play it up into Enzo Fernandez's feet. It's now with Madueke, who knocks it onto Guy. A little back heel to him. He goes down the edge of the box. The referee says no free kick. Chelsea retain possession. Shot comes in from Fernandez, and it's a great save. One-handed save from Moll to tip it over the crossbar.
Yeah, brilliant attempt there from distance. The goalkeeper does well just to spread his body across and sort of pluck it out of the sky. Some nice football on the edge of the area there from Chelsea. Just broke down, but they did well to rework it. Yeah, it's a decent strike. It's on target. It's a good save from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a decent hit from Fernandez. Looked to be heading towards the top corner before the keeper went with his top hand. So it was going across to his left-hand side, and he took a big right hand up to flip it over the crossbar. Chelsea have sent two players over to the corner flag then for this set piece, and they've got a crowd of 6 or 7 bodies on the penalty spot waiting to split. Looks like it's going to be curled in left-footed by Madueke, with Fernandez now moving away, and it comes near post. Doesn't beat the first man, but there's a chance here on a volley for Uecl. The ball's ballooned up in there. Could have been Tosin actually who had the shot. He was up there as well, but in the end it's deflected away, and now the home side try and get it out of their own half for the first time in what feels like a couple of minutes. They've been forced out of play, and it's going to be a Chelsea throw. So the Blues have really started well in this game. They forced a good save from the keeper. Now another opportunity here, which was blocked by a defender's back.
Yeah, I didn't think it was the best ball at first from Madueke. Eventually does fall to Uecl and swings a right boot at it, and it, luckily for Servette, there's a man just before the goalkeeper to block it, because I'm not sure the goalkeeper would have been able to react with it being such close distance.
Now Vega flicks the ball over his shoulder, looking for the run of Mudryk. It's defended away by Tsunemoto, the Japanese right back, playing for Servette tonight. He's going to be tested by Mudryk's pace if he gets the ball to feet, Keigo Tsunemoto. He is a Japan under-17 international, never made a senior appearance though for the Blue Samurai. Mudryk wins the header against Tsunemoto, but the defender just behind there, Roulier, the captain, clears up towards the halfway line. Chance for Guimeno to collect the ball and now get the ball out to Kuteza on the left-hand side. Kuteza now running at the Chelsea defence. Good challenge comes in though from Fernandez. He walks past that tackle and still goes into the box, gets his cross in, and it's deflected behind by Tosin for a corner.
Yeah, decent break there, and it comes up to Guimeno up top. He's got a lot to do, hasn't he? 2 defenders in front of him, and the goalkeeper does really well to bring Kuteza. He's actually got Derek on the back of his shirt, so I'm not sure which one he'd rather go by. But yeah, good work from him just to attack the fullback and make him commit. And as you say, he just sort of walked past him, didn't he? Really, nearly got that cross in, and it was blocked. Luckily for Chelsea, in comes the corner then.
Yeah, they've got a man on the goalkeeper. Jorgensen gives him a shove as the cross comes in. It's dealt with at the near post by one of those big Chelsea defenders. It might drop on the edge of the box here, though, as Mudryk gets a challenge in and wins it back for the Blues. Now there's a counter-attack, and Vega's got grass to run into. He's looking ahead of him. He's got a player streaking through the middle if he can set him up, but he can't. Madueke had held his run, but great defensive work there from... It was one of the midfielders, I think, getting back there. It was Maziku, the left back, who covered across and saved the day for Servette as they were exposed on that counter-attack. But Chelsea have quickly won it back. We've played 6.5, nearly 7 minutes at the Stade de Genève, and it's quite an exciting opening to this game as Chelsea try and protect a 2-goal advantage to qualify for the Europa Conference League.
Yeah, it could have been more exciting. I think that ball probably could have and should have come a little bit early. As you say, the run was being made from Uecl from that right-hand side centrally. He had the position on the defender who was in front of him, so he could have made his run and the defender wouldn't have known where he was going to come from. It was Dewsbury Hall striding forward. He just delays it and takes an extra touch, and then that allows the other defender, as you mentioned, Mizuku, to come in and win the ball back, but they could have been in there, in behind.
Yeah, as Chelsea have it again in the back four with Enzo Fernandez just in front of the back four, plays it back to Tosin Adara-Bioyo. Fernandez again on the ball, slipping it through. There's a chance there for maybe Madueke to run onto it, but it's cleared by the Servette defence. Kuteza loses out in the header, and Chelsea pick it up again. As now it's played out to the well, I was going to say left back. He's not left back, is he really? He's wandering all over the place, Vega. But now Badiashile. He receives it from Adara-Bioyo, plays it into midfield.
Yeah, there goes Vega in that central position. You can see as soon as they got the ball back there, Chelsea, he came away from that left back spot and went centrally.
Of course, he played in Switzerland last season, didn't he? So he'd be well averse to Servette. He would have played against them, but now they've lost it, Chelsea, and there's a counter-attack opportunity for the home side. Kuteza comes in field around about 35 yards out. He's got 1 or 2 runners ahead of him. He goes for a shot himself. It's blocked on the edge of the box by Chelsea, and they'll just try and run it away. And there's an opportunity here for Vega. He goes over a challenge. He hurdles that one and comes down hard after the challenge from central defender Severin, and the referee's got his yellow card out for the Servette man.
Yeah, probably rightfully so as well. Simon, it's a really heavy challenge there from Severin, and Kunku does really well, skips past one, and I think Severin was thinking, well, you're not going to get past two, because he didn't go anywhere near the ball, and he just went flying over the top of him, heavy landing as well, but luckily he's straight back to his feet.
Yeah, Christopher Nkunku, welcome to the game from that rather rugged challenge as Chelsea restart, but they go back to Jorgensen, and he plays it short now to former Fulham man. It is a back three when they're in possession, as you rightly said. Badiashile to the right of it, Tosin in the middle, Disasi to the left as they come again here. Chelsea, a good ball to the far side if Mudryk can keep this one in, but he was just at the full stretch and couldn't quite reach it, and the ball drifts out of play. But Maresca liked that. He thought the way that they built up there was what he wants to see, and he applauded it from the touchline.
Yeah, 3 times they've tried to go over the top to Mudryk. It's not quite worked just yet. But obviously he has got that pace, hasn't he? Up against any defender in Europe, he's probably going to be quicker, isn't he? That ball just needs to be a little bit better, and the touch could be a touch better as well.
Chelsea win it back in midfield and go back now to Adara-Bioyo. He finds Fernandez inside the centre circle. The Servette defenders have dropped very deep. They're looking to restrict that space in behind that Chelsea have been looking to hit in the early stages. Guiu, the striker, maybe not as quick as Nicholas Jackson, but he's a good target man, and they'll be looking for him to be the foil maybe for others to run off. There's a ball over the top for Mudryk to try and chase, but again the pass is too strong and it skips up off the turf and goes behind for a goal kick. So 10.5 minutes gone. 2 teams still, well, trying to feel each other out a little bit, but Chelsea very much, I would say, on top on the opening exchanges.
Yeah, definitely more possession, which is what we saw last week as well, and they had more possession, but they probably didn't have more chances over the course of the game. It's probably just edged actually by Servette in terms of shots and shots on target. They need to make this possession count, Chelsea, and as I say, that's 4 times now they've gone over the top looking for Mudryk, and it hasn't quite worked yet, but you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to give him a lot more room on that left-hand side, because when they get the ball, Vega cuts into central positions, allows a lot more room on that left-hand side, and brings the winger as well, so that Mudryk is isolated 1v1. They just need to get him the ball.
Yeah, he's out on his own on the left at the moment as Chelsea have it in the middle. Vega, using his left foot now, tries to feed it out towards Mudryk. It's Dewsbury Hall who plays it to him eventually. And Mudryk, though, faced up by the defender, Tsunemoto. Now 2 defenders around him, but he works a nice exit route there, back to Badiashile, back to Disasi rather, and now Badiashile gets it just inside the Servette half. Now they move it down the right-hand side. Kunku linking up with Madueke. The trying to get that connection going between those two. Chelsea recycle it across the back line now. And once more, it's just comfortable possession from the visitors. Now it's slipped into the feet of Nkunku, but he just loses it slightly there, and it's cleared by the Servette defence. But Chelsea pick it up again, header from Fernandez, Badiashile onto it, first time ball, volleyed attempt to get it out towards Mudryk from Vega, and Mudryk might be in here. He's in, there's a shout of a penalty, and Mudryk's won a spot kick from an awful challenge from Tsunemoto, who wags his finger at the referee. He thinks this is going to get overturned by VAR, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it definitely is a penalty. It's a silly mistake from the defender on two accounts. The first one is touching the ball in the first place, because I think he can just shield this ball out of play, or at least let it bounce. He doesn't need to make that touch. He's stretching for it. It's the wrong thing to do. He makes that touch and it goes behind him, and of course the pace of Mudryk means that he gets there first, gets there in front of the defender, and he does catch him, and I think it will be a penalty. It's the same as we saw last week. They went ahead through Nkunku from the penalty spot. I'm sure this will be given, and I'm sure it'll be Nkunku to take it again.
Yeah, but as you said just a couple of moments ago, they were trying to get the ball to Mudryk, trying to get him to make things happen on that one-on-one situation with Tsunemoto, and when Vega saw the chance to volley a pass to him straight away, he did not think twice about it, and that's what put the pressure on Tsunemoto. Mudryk's mere presence there forced him to panic, and he's given away a spot kick there, which has now been confirmed by VAR. So Chelsea with a chance now to go 3-0 up on aggregate, 2 players over the ball. Mudryk has a little word, but Nkunku is not flinching. He's not giving the ball to him. It's going to be the Frenchman to take the spot kick. Goalkeeper smiling at him to try and get inside his head. The Servette goalkeeper, Joel Marl, who's a Cypriot. So Nkunku weighs it up then. The referee just makes sure everybody's behind the line. The 10-yard exclusion zone. He's pointing to the toes there of the Servette skipper, and now he's ready. Blows the whistle, and Nkunku straight run up. Now he angles it and hits it right-footed and buries it into the corner past Joel Marl, who went the right way but could not reach it. And Chelsea now have the lead on the night and a 3-0 advantage on aggregate.
Yeah, couldn't stop it. Too powerful. Right into the corner. Really good penalty from Nkunku. You just saw Mudryk go over to him just before he put the ball down. I think probably just to ask him if he could take it, I would imagine, seeing as he was the man that won it. But he's taking the penalties when Cole Palmer's not on the pitch, and he's taking them for a reason, because he's had 2 in a Chelsea shirt this season, scored them both. Goalkeeper stood no chance, unfortunately. And now they're in a really strong position, Chelsea. We've seen them already in the first sort of 10 minutes knock the ball around and try a few different things out. Try the ball over the top to Mudryk. They've got the rest of this game now, really, where they don't have to worry too much about Servette coming back into it with a 3-goal advantage, where they can take control of possession and try a few things out.
Yeah, we saw that last season from Chelsea, didn't we? When players stood on the penalty spot and they're being asked to give it up. I think Nicholas Jackson was trying to get the ball off Cole Palmer at one stage last season. This is Palmer who'd scored like 10 penalties in a row for Chelsea. He was never going to give it up. And you're thinking, well, are these players not paying attention at the pre-match? The pre-match team meeting, when these things surely will be set out. You're the number 1 penalty taker. If you go off, you're the number 2 penalty taker. Or are these things not happening at Chelsea? And there is a bit of a debate when they get a spot kick on the pitch. Yeah,
it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's usually the player that wins it thinks that they should be able to take it. I think personally it speaks to the sort of distress amongst the team, and the fact that if they don't do something to prove that they've been right to be selected, i.e. score or get an assist, then they're worried that they're going to get dropped the next week because there is so much competition.
Yeah.
It was Madueke involved in that as well last season, and Jackson maybe not as much to worry about in terms of selection, even this season when they have made so many signings. But Madueke certainly, and you can see why Mudryk was maybe just a little bit like, can I take it? But all they have to do is look at Nkunku's penalty scoring record after Palmer, of course, and there's a reason why Palmer takes him, and if he's not there, it's Nkunku. It shouldn't really be up for discussion, should it?
No, it shouldn't, but it does seem like it is often with Chelsea. That's a mistake there from Vega in midfield. He's bailed out by Fernandez's challenge, and he gets the ball quickly out to the right as Nkunku and Madueke link up now. But he stands on the ball, Madueke, looks a bit awkward, looks a bit leggy, as the ball is cleared out for a throw-in by Maziku.
Yeah, not seen too much of Madueke so far. It has been down the left most of the time. Of course, brilliant last week, wasn't he, against Wolves? A hat-trick, Cole Palmer with a hat-trick of assists. Jackson also scoring, Palmer also scoring as well. So it'd be interesting to see
that
what
England
happens.
selection today. Is that, do you think that's something that's been in Lee Carsley's mind before the Wolves game, or just, you know, it's just he's a player of the moment sort of selection?
Yeah, potentially. I'm actually a big fan of him. You know, before that hat trick as well, Madueke. I think he's really good, and it's almost a shame as a neutral, of course, that they have made so many signings, because it would have been nice to see him get a run of games. He still might do that, and hopefully he gets in the England team as well.
Ball forward from Tsunomoto, and there's a bit of a challenge there that's going to be penalised. It was Uecl who's brought down Guimeno, and he gets a yellow card. So a second yellow card of the night. First for a Chelsea player goes to Benoit Uecl. And just a moment there where it all opened up. Tsunomoto found a pass, and Guillemino was running at Uecl in a one-on-one.
Yeah, a couple of mistakes now from Chelsea in the last few minutes, just potentially taking the foot off the gas. 3-goal advantage, of course, but you know, Servette still got goals in them, and they can still pose problems. Plenty forward here as well for this free kick.
Yeah, it's a wide free kick on the right, and it's going to be crossed in by Cognac, I think. He goes right-footed and delivers into the near post. Good chance here, and it's somehow it's gone over the bar. It was Roulier, the captain, who was in there, and he's appealing for a corner here. I think the referee's given goal kick.
Yeah, rightfully so as well. Decent ball though from Cognac into a dangerous area. It's just Tosin maybe doesn't make a touch. It's hard to see from that angle, but he certainly, his presence is known and makes it difficult for the Servette striker to get there first.
Thomas Haberle watching on the sideline. His team maybe a bit harshly done by on the scoreline overall, but maybe not tonight. I think 1-0 is a fair reflection of how this game's gone so far. Chelsea have been the better side, but Maziku wins it back again for Servette, and the ball slipped out to the left-hand side. Now cross goes in near post. It's come off Disasi, or I think it was Tosin actually, and it's gone behind for a Servette corner.
Yeah, a few times they've had the ball on that left-hand side of the attack there. Servette tried to get the ball in, and it's been blocked at source, so credit to the defending at the end, but initially I think they're just letting the ball run through the channels a little bit too easy, relying on those three centre-halves to knock the crosses away. It's between the defence and the midfield where it's maybe just breaking down a little bit defensively.
Well, there was an offside before the cross came in, so it's going to restart with a free kick on the edge of the Chelsea box. Chelsea playing it short and inviting a press here from Servette, which almost...
Complete the set again. Okay. He's being fouled. Or was he? No, he's giving it the other way. Went out of play for a throw-in, apparently. Keeper's got to be careful here. We know how good Guillou is at closing keepers down in that kind of position. Here's Mudryk.
Urgency now as it's just played back in the box. He takes it wide and tries to get a left-footed cross in, and he's hoping for a corner here. The referee's given goal kick.
Yeah, he's in a deeper position, Dewsbury Hall, than we used to seeing him, particularly when he was with Leicester. That's the first time really he's had the chance to come forward, gets the ball from Mudryk, doesn't take that initial touch, and eventually sort of nods it in front of him, and I think the chance has gone. The ball's always sort of moving away from the goal, but he is really dangerous in attacking areas, as we know, as we saw last season. Albeit not in the Premier League, in the Championship, in fact, but he's certainly capable of playing further forward.
As Chelsea knock it back now from that restart to their goalkeeper Jorgensen. Yeah, Dewsbury Hall played against Chelsea last season, didn't he, in that FA Cup clash at Stamford Bridge, as Enzo Maresca's side, or maybe Maresca laid a bit of a marker down with his tactics in that game. There were certainly moments for Leicester as the ball's played forward here, but it's gone beyond gone beyond the runner and Nkunku and through to the goalkeeper. He rolls it out. Maul couldn't get near that penalty from Mudryk that separates the side. Now good chase from Guillou forces him to kick it out on the left-hand side, and Chelsea have won it back with their own press now.
Yeah, not for the first time the goalkeeper's been put under pressure on the ball. You know, he's clearly taking his time to release the ball from his feet. Joel Mal, who's of course was beaten to the penalty as well in this game. But yeah, a couple of times he hasn't been caught by anyone in a Chelsea top. He needs to be careful, otherwise they're just going to nip in. I think the next time that happens, if it's Mudryk, he's probably in trouble.
Yeah, he's had his warnings. We've reached the midway point of the first half in this second leg, as now Mudryk's got a chance. Actually, lovely through ball to pick him out left-hand side. He looks up, can he deliver a cross? It's too high to the back post, goes over everybody. And so I can break off there and take you to Tom Wilson, who'll take you through to half-time with Chelsea leading 1-0 against Servette.
Cheers, Simon. Yeah, ball back in the semicircle now for Maresca's side. That's a poor touch and a heavy one by Uecl. He's going to bail himself out. Luckily, gets the ball from Mudryk. Goes back to the Ukrainian. Dinked forward to Dewsbury Hall. That's a lovely 1-2 between them. And Mudryk's away now on the left-hand side. First time cross from him is cleared away by the first man. Dewsbury Hall recovers. On the byline on the left, takes a touch and then takes a tumble. Referee says no foul as Andua goes to recover the ball. It won't be a free kick, much to the frustration and confusion really of Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Back to his feet. Instead it will just be a throw to the Swiss side. We mentioned third in the championship group for them last season, but they did win the Swiss Cup. Already started off the defence of that cup as well, a 7-1 victory in the first round. 3 wins as well in the league to start off with, but unfortunately since then it has gone a little bit pear-shaped. Losses to Lugano and a 6-0 defeat as well to Basel. Means that they've, after 5 games, picked up the 3 wins, a couple of losses as well. Chelsea, of course, started the season with that 2-0 defeat against Manchester City, and then, as we've mentioned already, a 6-2 win against Wolves. Here's Mudryk on the left-hand side. He's got 2 defenders to beat. Comes away from goal, has a look for his options, and has to go back to Uecl on the halfway line. He's been forced back into his own territory, and then goes centrally to Disasi. Just taking their time to come forward here. Ball forward to Dewsbury Hall. Flick round the corner. They could be in here with Nkunku making that deeper run. Takes a lovely touch. Cuts back. Tries to find Madueke inside the area. He gets his shot off. That's blocked, and it'll be cleared away by the Swiss side. But a good chance, and Nkunku thought he was just going to hit it. He delayed it.
Yeah, it was lovely football from Chelsea to create the opportunity for Nkunku. He made a good run into the space vacated by Guillou, who'd come short, and the ball was played through very nicely by Enzo Fernandez. And there was a moment there where he's just got to take the shot. The keeper's off his line. He's in no man's land, and he plays it back into Madueke, and his effort is eventually blocked. But I think Nkunku needs to be a bit more selfish in that situation.
Certainly does. He laid it off Madueke, but there was interestingly 4 Chelsea players inside the area, probably more attackers than there were defenders when they came forward. So confidence is flowing for the away side. 25 minutes in, still 1-0 to Chelsea. Enzo Maresca's first attempt, well, solo attempt at European competition. Of course, spent some time at Manchester City under Pep Guardiola. Ball forward here for Servette, but it goes straight into the arms of Philip Jorgensen. He rolls out to Uecl to his left-hand side. He goes back to Jorgensen. Has looked forward and sprays it through the lines to Dewsbury Hall. He's under some pressure. He's going to have to get out of a tight space, and he hasn't. He's lost the ball instead on the right-hand side. As a challenge comes in, it will be a throw-in. Thought he was going to go the other way, but he does go to Servette. It's about level with the Chelsea area. I think they're preparing a long one, potentially, as the striker Gunamo has left it. It will be a long one then into the area. Looks like Andua launches one towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed towards the edge. The chance from the edge there, and its strike goes way over the bar. It's the first real attempt at goal we've seen from Servette.
Yeah, it was a snapshot really. The ball's bobbling around the edge of the box. Chelsea didn't really clear it with any authority. Long throw, which was headed onto the edge of the box, and yeah, I mean, better technique, and he gets that on target. It would have been a problem for Jorgensen, but he was just got underneath it, Cognac, and it flew way over the crossbar. Yeah,
over the bar and out for a goal kick, which Jorgensen takes short again, receives it from his central defender, then dinks it up looking for Madueke, but it's short and it's gone out of play, and it'll be a throw into Servette a little bit wasteful from the goal kicks. Again, the camera pans to Jorgensen, who it probably was his fault this time.
Yeah. I mean, like you say, it's tricky being a goalkeeper when you're being asked to play out from the back because that's the style of the manager wants to play, and we all know that's Maresca's style. He had it at Leicester last season. He's going to bring it to Chelsea. So Jorgensen, he's going to be asked to do a lot of passing out, but then teams are ready for it. They're ready to jump on any sort of slightly loose pass, and you're the one that carries the can, if you like. Whereas the manager needs to accept that sometimes the goalkeeper's got to kick it long.
Tsunimoto goes back to safety with Severin, left-hand side now. Looking forward is Mizuku, ball over the top, looking for the run of his attacker. There's a little bit of a coming together there between one of the defenders. I think it was Tosin and Ginamo. It's about his shield actually, but he's back to his feet, gets back in position. Referee says nothing else, and it will just be play on with the goalkeeper Jorgensen. Drops it to his feet and then dinks it over the top for Dewsbury Hall down the left-hand side. Lovely touch inside to Giyu, and that's lovely football, but it's a brilliant interception from Tsunimoto just to get there, and then he comes forward down the right, fires it centrally. 50-50 in the middle is won by a Servette man. Space on that left-hand side for the overlapping run of Mizuko, but he's got two to deal with. Bounces off two of them, and the ball goes out of play on that left-hand side. It'll be a Chelsea throw.
Yeah, it was just opened up there slightly, but Cognac's pass asked a lot of Masuku there, and Disasi just bodied him off the pitch essentially, or bodied him to the ground and allowed the ball to run out for a throw in. I think Chelsea's back three is working quite well actually. They're shifting across quite well in possession. It's a good it's a good setup for them in possession, I think, to play through Servette. And when the home side have the ball, they're not really getting behind Chelsea down the flank, so it's working. Yeah,
Vega seems happy enough to play in that role, doesn't he? It's almost instant. As soon as they get the ball, he comes inside, and as soon as they lose it, he's straight back into that left back position. They've won the ball high here, Chelsea. And Giyu, he's got Mudryk in support. That's a good challenge from Tsunimoto, although it's won back by Dewsbury Hall, and then they're coming together between him and the Japanese. Referee says no foul though. Here comes Servette down the right hand side. He's got three teammates in front of him. Good challenge by Vega. Referee again says no foul. He's able to go back towards the goalkeeper. The Servette players are asking for a pass back here because the goalkeeper Jorgensen's picked it up. I think the referees judged it to be a tackle rather than a pass, but Chelsea nearly in danger there.
Yeah, it was borderline, wasn't it? I think probably a little bit leniency there towards Chelsea and Vega, who made a good tackle, but it could easily have been deemed a back pass. And then Jorgensen's again going to probably have the cameras on him for making a mistake if that was deemed to be a back pass.
He's got the ball now from Tosin. He goes left to Badia Shield. He goes forward towards the halfway line for Giyu, who's dropped into a deeper position. That's fired to Madueke on the right wing. He's got a teammate in supporting Nkunku and finds him in front of him. He has to turn away from goal though, back towards the halfway line. About halfway into the Servette half, Madueke from Enzo Fernandez, and then all the way back to Disasi in that back three. Half an hour gone. Servette 0, Chelsea 1 in this Europa Conference League playoff in Geneva. Badia Shield back to Tosin, the centre of the three central defenders. Here's Disasi, who's played a lot of games at right back, but looks to be playing, well, at least in possession, he's one of the three centre halves, and out of possession he is slotting in at right back. Here's Adrabayo, goes all the way back to Jorgensen in goal. And whenever they do that, it does, the pace obviously naturally does drop as they go back to the goalkeeper, but they are happy to go all the way back and almost start again. They know they're going to have a lot more possession, even as the away side, Chelsea.
Yeah, I've got to say I'm impressed with Vega. We mentioned he's from Swiss football. He'll know the sort of lie of the land very well. But you look at the situation at Chelsea. You got Caicedo and Fernandez as the first choice holding central midfielders. After that, Dewsbury Hall, you think he's going to be in the conversation, but actually he's been shunted out to the left tonight, and Vega's playing that central midfield position, and he's playing it very well. And that'll be a concern for Dewsbury Hall because he's falling down the pecking order tonight with this performance.
Yeah, just 21 years of age. Servette have won it back, and they could be in here. A one-on-one opportunity, and they've scored into the bottom corner, and it's 1-1. It's 3-1 on aggregate across the two legs. It's the man who was at Barcelona's academy when he was younger, Jeremy Ugenamo, with a lovely finish to make it 1-1.
Yeah, it's poor from Chelsea in a couple of ways here. I thought they had enough numbers back there to marshal Guimeno, but as you see, the ball's loose in midfield. Fernandes pulls out of a challenge, and then you've got Disasi trying to rag the ball carrier back by his shoulder rather than just making sure the foul there. He makes the foul there with his feet. Then the move breaks down there, and there's no shot on goal. But Guimeno lets it run across his body, nice angle, and just strikes it true. Beats Jorgensen, who couldn't really get a hand to it. And just a couple of mistakes there, really. I think Fernandes missed a tackle, and Disasi missed a foul, and they're in for a goal.
Yeah, it's a great run, isn't it? He's sort of between the centre half and the left back, makes it really difficult for either of them if the ball is right, which it was. Here they come again here. Servette down the right hand side this time with Cognac. Tries to switch play towards that left, but it's headed up once and then touched down by Disasi. Nearly got his feet caught amongst themselves then, but recovered. Ball forward for Dewsbury Hall. He's going to flick it around the corner for Mudryk. He goes centrally for Vega. Guiu. Good touch to get away from the defender, but the second touch was a pass, and it was a poor one all the way to the goalkeeper. But yeah, really smart run. That we mentioned Vega on the ball. Has looked really impressive after 33 minutes. Defensively, I won't say got caught out, but it was the mistakes of his teammates that sort of let him down there. It meant that run was able to be made into that position where he probably would have been if they were prepared to defend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I suppose there's a lot of players that will take a little bit of responsibility. For the way that Servette got that goal, and I suppose Vega will be
Maresca's thinking, or rather whoever is the person making the decision to make all these signings. I'll break off because here goes Nkunku with a lovely ball from Vega, who's one-on-one, and it's a save from the goalkeeper. He tried to dink him there, Nkunku. I think he was just pulled back by the defender at the vital moment. Credit to the goalkeeper though, Mal, with a good save to deny it being 4-1 aggregate.
Yeah, he's a busy boy, isn't he, Moll? But he's done well there in that one-on-one situation. A real chance now for Servette to maybe grab another goal before half-time and take a lead in the match.
Yeah, Kutesa tried to cross it from a deep position. It was headed away by Disasi, and that'll play for a throw into the Swiss side down that left. We'll see a replay of it. Lovely ball through to Nkunku. Somehow managed to bring it under control amongst two defenders for Servette. Yeah, in the end, it's good defending, to be fair to Bradley. Mizuku just pulled him back, but not enough for a foul, according to the referee. The ball's with Mal. He's pretty far off his line here as he dinks it forward towards a teammate, but headed back by Vega. Halfway line now for Ondua. Right inside for Sunimoto, trying to get around Mudryk. There was a coming together, but the referee says no foul. Instead, it will just be a throw into Chelsea. Sunimoto stayed down, holding his left knee. I think the fourth official has indicated that might just needs seeing to. Can't see too much wrong with that.
No, it's good skill from Sunimoto. He drew Mudryk in, he got far too tight, and he's knocked him over. But I mean, the referee is he not given a free kick? He's given throw in there, I think. That's bizarre.
Yeah, not enough for a free kick apparently. But they won the ball back here on Dua. Sunimoto back to his feet, seems to have shrugged that off. Tried to play a ball forward, intercepted though by Badiashile. Can Chelsea break now? There's a ball over the top with Madueke if he's on side, and if it stays in, which it will, but it won't evade the hands of the goalkeeper. Interesting to see Madueke start this game for me personally, because you just wonder if he's starting in this game, are you going to start in the league, and does that mean he's going to be dropped after scoring a hat-trick? We'll have to wait and see. But here comes Servette down the left-hand side, inside the area now, try to get a cross in, but it's cleared away again by one of those three centre-halves. This time it's Badiashile, who's just, I think, talking to his attackers. They're not tracking back and losing the ball too easily as well. It will be a corner, though, to Servette.
Yeah, there's a bit of pressure now on this Chelsea defence. It's been breached for the first time, and there's a few sort of questioning looks being sort of posed now between the defenders are looking at each other going, well, that was your ball, why aren't you getting it? And, it's just a little bit of, I don't know, discord between the defenders now, which there wasn't there in the early stages.
Cognac will take the corner from the left-hand side with his right boot, so it will be an in-swinger. And it comes in, it's a decent-looking one towards the goalkeeper, though, but punched away by him. It will be recovered by Servette, although the ball's been allowed to roll out of play for a throw-in by Uecl, who takes no time to get it back in play to the corner taker, Cognac. Back to the left-back now, under pressure from Maresca, goes centrally. Space again on that left-hand side for Cognac to get a ball in. Held up by Desarsi. Shrugs away from him pretty easily and finds a man in on Uecl on the edge of the area. And Servette now with the opportunity to have a spell of possession. Back towards the halfway line, under a little bit of pressure here from Dewsbury Hall. It's with Severin, who has been booked in this game. Back towards the goalkeeper Mal, on the edge of his own area, plays forward. And this is good pressure from Chelsea, trying to win the ball back high. And Nkunku fails to, though, when they broke the line here, Servette. Right-hand side now. And the space to come forward for the goal scorer, Guinamo. He tried something round the corner. He thought he saw a teammate make a run. It goes out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, he's got his head up. He's looking for a pass there, Guimeno, but perhaps just a safer pass would have been better there, just to maintain possession and try and just play on the nerves of Chelsea in defence. You keep the ball, try and work an opportunity rather than just go for the jugular, as they did for the goal, which actually worked quite well for them. But I think Chelsea they've switched Vega now back to a more sort of orthodox left back position in the last few minutes to try and just curtail that threat of Guimeno peeling away to the right. And he was the right side of the ball on that occasion, and he made Guimeno make a poor decision.
Yeah, Guinamo mentioned he was at Barcelona's academy for a very, very short stint. He played just the one game for the B team. He had played in Servette's academy before that, and then made his return to the club last season. He was, well, it's an interesting one. He was their top goal scorer, but only because their top goal scorer left in January. Badia it was, who signed for Union Berlin, now on loan at Hull City, as a cross comes in for Servette, chested away by Tsunimoto, back towards the halfway line. 39 minutes gone, it's Servette 1, Chelsea 1, 3-1 an aggregate to Enzo Maresca's side. All the way back to the goalkeeper now for Servette, who enjoying the spells of possession in the last few minutes, but they have been forced back into their own half on a couple of occasions. A deep run there from Cognac, the ball doesn't come. On the right hand side instead, and there's a touch to get away from Vega, who has committed a foul on Antunes. It will be a free kick.
Yeah, just a bit of pressure here from the home side before half time. 6 minutes, if they can get a goal before the break, it's very much game back on again, isn't it? Or tie back on.
Certainly is, as Vega picks the ball up inside his own area, plays forward for Dewsbury Hall, takes it in his stride, gets away from a couple of defenders. Can he get away from a third? He's going to have a foot race here with Tsunimoto, which the Japan Youth International wins, and he goes back towards his goalkeeper. That was better from Dewsbury Hall, but maybe just bit off a bit more than he could chew.
Yeah, exactly. There's a ball's played up there and lost by Servette. He's a central midfielder, but they're playing him as a left. I don't know. He's playing as like a sort of a left midfielder come second striker, and it's just not really his game. So. He's doing his best, I think, in a position that's not his favourite position, but his manager should know that. Here's
Mudryk on that left-hand side, about halfway into the Servette half, but forced back by Tsunimoto, who's doing pretty well, isn't he, down that right-hand side of the Servette defence. It's probably about even in terms of the amount of times that Mudryk's gone past him and Tsunimoto's won the ball back, if not maybe more in favour of the defender.
Yeah, he's come through a tough opening where he gave away that penalty, looked to panic. But he's settled down all right, and Mudryk's been quite quiet actually in the last 20 minutes.
Here's Maresca, feeds it into Guillou, gets it back to Maresca, heavy touch inside the area, gets a shot away, but again it's saved at close distance by Mal, the goalkeeper. The touch maybe just let him down there. Maresca, a better touch, he's probably in. Get Simon's thoughts on that in a moment, but here comes Servette down the right hand side. That's a poor ball to Antunes, won back by Chelsea. Mudryk tries to play forward through Guillou, but he goes all the way to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a slightly heavy touch. I think the pitch is not the best, is it, in Geneva tonight? There's a few patchy bits, and it's not the sort of quality kind of pitch you would expect of a Premier League match, for instance, which are usually 100% immaculate. This is, it's got a few areas which, the players who are used to a good pitch might struggle on. And Madueke, he's nicely timed pass. His first touch was okay, but the keeper's got out quickly there and blocked it off as he tried to lift it over him. Very sort of subtle attempt to lift it, where perhaps if he'd just driven it maybe with his right foot, rather than go with a sort of little sort of dink with his left, he might have beaten the keeper there on the near post.
Yeah, he saved shots from close range now from Madueke and Nkunku. Here's Servette 1, Chelsea 1. Nkunku from the penalty spot before Guinamo equalised for the home side. Chelsea with possession now, 42 minutes in. Badia Shield plays forward to the skipper for this evening's game, Enzo Fernandez. He goes back to Disasi, all the way back to Tosin now, all the way back to the goalkeeper inside his own area. And again, play just slows down as it naturally does when it goes back to Jorgensen between the sticks. He dinks it over the top of the midfield, looking for the on-running Disasi. Luckily won back by Nkunku after it was initially picked off by Servette. And here's Madueke now, goes centrally and then round the corner back towards Dewsbury Hall. Is a poor ball and it'll be won back. And here goes Servette, lovely touch in front of him. And they could be in with a chance here. Servette inside the area, get the shot away and it's saved. The follow-up is poked towards goal and it just evades the back of the net and out for a goal kick. Lovely touchdown at left-hand side from Derek Kutesa, and a decent attempt as well. Yeah,
Disasi's in all kinds of trouble here. Just ball watching really. The ball is played up and he's just looking at the ball, doesn't realise that Kutesa's in the right position behind him to run on, and then he kind of jogs. He doesn't really sprint to get goal side there, and he's almost like expecting the defenders to help him out. In the end, the keeper makes a decent enough save, but Disasi badly caught out of position and not really busting a gut to get back there.
Yeah, looking at the replay, probably not enough on that strike, was there? He maybe just telegraphed it a little bit too much as well.
Yeah, I mean, the keeper's made a decent save. It was nothing special, was it? But again, I look at the pitch and I think, as you're about to strike the ball, if the ball bobbles slightly, then you're not going to get a true strike in. And this pitch does have a few uneven areas, should we say.
Ball on the right-hand side, poked away by Vega. Servette trying to win it back, but they've lost it. It's on the semicircle now, and there's 3 forward for Chelsea. One of those is Madueke. That's a poor touch, though, as he gets the ball from Nkunku. He'll keep it in on the right-hand side, cuts towards the byline, inside the area, but the poor touch allowed enough time for Ndua to recover, and he wins the ball back. That's a decent touch from Kutesa, and it's been won back by Chelsea. And they come again now with Enzo Fernandez, about a minute before the 45th. And we'll find out how much we have added on as Madueke and Fernandez play it between themselves, and then all the way back to the halfway line for Tosin. Here's Badia Shield.
You mentioned poor touch a couple of times there with Madueke, and he doesn't look like an England player to me. I didn't see the Wolves game. Obviously, he's had a bit of a star performance there, but on the evidence of this 45 minutes, I'd say, I mean, he wouldn't get into the England under 21 team based on this.
Yeah, he's still very raw. Here's Tsunomoto, loads of space for him down the right-hand side. On the byline now with Vega to beat. Doesn't opt to cross, instead tries to pass it into the area. Telegraphed it enough for Fernandez to cut it out, although his clearance is only back towards the right back on the wing of Servette, and that's a poor touch from him and out of play for a throw-in. Loads of space there from Tsunomoto, opt not to cross, probably because the defence was so packed in the box from Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good sort of defensive fullback, isn't he? And he can break out of defence, but I've not seen any sort of finishing touches from him, any final balls or crosses from out wide. Maybe that's to come, but yeah, perhaps he's just not his forte either.
Yeah, the fourth official has indicated a minimum of 1 minute added on at the end of the first half. So just 60 seconds to play then before half-time. It's Servette 1, Chelsea 1. Here's Tsunomoto. Tests it down and can't recover the ball. Manages to poke it forward, and they're in behind here on the byline on the right-hand side. Can they get a cross in? Attempted one by Cognac, but it's blocked by Badia Shield and into the hands of the goalkeeper, Jorgensen. There's just an element at the minute of the Chelsea defenders and goalkeeper of not laziness, what's the word? Just sort of
sloppiness.
Yeah, just
I think so.
A little bit careless, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, it'd be a good time to get him in. Obviously, half-time whistle is approaching. I think Enzo Maresca will just try and sort of drill down or try and re-impress some of his pre-match ideas to the players who they've gone off the boil as this half's worn on. And the half has worn on. We're about 2 or 3 seconds from the referee blowing his whistle, and there it is. It's the end of the first half. Goals from Chelsea's Nkunku from the penalty spot. That was cancelled out, at least in the game, not in the tie, by scorer suddenly found himself free at the back post with a chance, but I do think it was probably offside from the initial flick.
Yeah, either way though, credit to the goalkeeper. They need to make those saves, and from close distance he did well. I think he tried to just get any touch on it, didn't he, Guillermo? He tried to get it through the legs of the goalkeeper, did well, made himself big. But yeah, he definitely was offside, wasn't he, from that first contact.
Yeah, not a great free kick from Cognac. Didn't really get it up high enough. Chelsea eventually clear. Played up towards Guiu, who's gone down looking for a foul from Rouillet, but the defender just stood strong there, and the referee says no free kick. So Servette have the ball again in midfield. And Chelsea look a little bit, well, let's just say they've not really come out of the dressing rooms yet in the start of the second half. They've started the second half, how they finished the first. This one's eventually hacked clear by Dewsbury Hall. Guiu tries to nod it on and try and run the channel. He's got the pace actually to get behind the defender, but great work by Rouillet. Stuck out a boot the captain and sends it back to his goalkeeper.
Yeah, really good recovery there. It's been a good battle at the start of the second half between those two. He just shrugged off Guiu to get the ball in the initial challenge a couple of minutes ago, but then I think Guiu sort of realised he wasn't stronger, but he might be quicker. But in the end, really good recovery from the defender.
This is better from Chelsea though, and Kunku linking up nicely with Vega, and then Mudryk. Vega plays it back to the halfway line, and Fernandes slips it into the number 10 position, and Kunku now teases it wide to Madueke, one-on-one with the defender. Maziku's got him backing off into the penalty, crosses low towards Kunku, tries an overhead kick, and the shot goes wide. Well,
it just set up for him, didn't it? Madueke played it to sort of the edge of the area. I think it's not initial what he's trying to do there in Kunku. I don't think that was his first option, but the touch was high, and eventually it just thought, why not go for it? A decent acrobatic attempt, and never troubling the goalkeeper from there, but he gives Madueke a wry smile.
Yeah, the more you see of this pitch, the more it does look pretty substandard for a top flight, top European game. Yeah, I think that possibly had a bearing on why the touch went in the air there from Nkunku, but it was a great adjustment to hit that strike and got decent power on it, just missed the direction of the near post that he was aiming for. But he's had a bright start to the second half, Nkunku. Let's hope he doesn't fade as the ball's played over the top by Servette and then headed back by Adora Bioyo to the goalkeeper. Yeah, Nkunku was a real star of RB Leipzig's Europa League campaign, wasn't it? I think the year they got to the semi-finals, was it? Just before he moved to Chelsea, and then he had that horrendous injury just as things were starting to happen for him. Missed a lot of last season, not quite all of it, and now here he is, sort of second season trying to make his mark, and well, they've signed other players in his position as well, so it's it's a crowded dressing room, isn't it?
Yeah, his quality is there to be seen. You only have to look at his record at Leipzig, as you mentioned. On 2 occasions in the 4 seasons that he played, he got double figures in assists just in the league. In the last 2 seasons, he got double figures for goals as well, 20 and then 16. From someone who can play it up as a number 9, but predominantly has played behind the striker or on the wing. It's brilliant.
That's a good switch of play. Out to the left-hand side here for Mudryk. Mudryk now attacking the fullback, Tsunemoto, in on his right foot. Wants the shot here, and he hits it over the bar. A little bit off balance, Mudryk, and he possibly could have been a bit more of a team player in that situation, but that's what he can do. He faces up the defender and he just wants to get a shot in.
Yeah, I think he wants it on his right foot a little bit too often, Simon. I think he's got the pace. If he runs at the defender on his left, even if he doesn't get the best ball in the end, he's committing the defender, Tsunemoto. As soon as he cuts in on his right foot, I think he makes it too easy, especially when it's so crowded on the edge of the area. Yeah. He's going straight into bodies, and he's always going to struggle to get a decent shot on target.
Yeah, it's decision making, isn't it? And that was a poor decision from him there. There's a chance though for Chelsea though, as Kunku plays it through to Guiu. Guiu, chance here for a right foot shot, takes him around the goalkeeper. Keeper falls over, and so does Guiu as the defender on the line clears, and the chance goes begging for Chelsea.
Yeah, lovely idea, and a great ball from Nkunku. Probably has been the best Chelsea player, hasn't he, after 15 minutes.
And here come Chelsea again. Madueke muscle his way into the box, but he's faced by 2 Servette defenders, and in the end, he's pushed out of the way, and Servette can clear as now Fernandes misses out on a challenge, and could be a chance here for the ball forward here, looking for the run of Derek Kuteza down the left-hand side, but good work by Tosin Adarabioyo. Sends a back pass back to the goalkeeper. Rather scuffed clearance from Jorgensen, but the ball's not really under control from anybody at the moment. And now Nkunku looking for, or is it Madueke, looking for a free kick there for a shove in the back, and the referee just says throw in.
Yeah, again, it's that pitch, isn't it? As Tosin Adarabioyo, he holds the defender off really well and tries to go back to the goalkeeper, and you just see it bobble up, and then as the goalkeeper tries to clear, it bobbles up. So, really tricky. And just having a look at that replay, of that chance from Guillou. I think again it's not the best surface before he takes that shot, but a really good save by the goalkeeper, to be fair.
Yeah, he's done all right, hasn't he? Joël Moll, former Swiss under-20 goalkeeper who is a Cypriot international now, as he clears long, looking for Guimeno, but it's intercepted by Chelsea. Now won back by Antunes. He's had a quiet game, hasn't he, the number 10. Now Cognac tries to bring it into the edge of the penalty area, gets a left-footed cross that comes off Fernandez and goes behind for a corner.
Yeah, he just used Kutesa as almost like used him to fake. He used him as an option just to allow him to run.
Short corner, Cognac, left-footed cross to the back post. It was like a Trivela cross, which is headed away by Fernandez on the edge of the box. Mudryk goes in with a challenge, and now he's come away with the ball. There's a fast break on here for Chelsea. Dewsbury Hall's trying to keep up with Mudryk, but he's got the pace to get away from everybody. He's running the length of the field here, Mudryk. Into the box he goes, tries to take it around the goalkeeper. The ball deflects off the keeper, then a defender, and goes behind for a corner.
Yeah, a lack of confidence, I think, there from Mudryk. He's certainly got the pace to beat the defender, but he waits too long to make that move. I think if he knocks it past him and runs, he's going to get there 9 times out of 10. He just delays it and delays it. I don't know, you mentioned Dewsbury Hall trying to catch him up. I don't know if he's maybe waiting for him to do that, but he was never going to, and in the end he makes that move too late, and it means that the goalkeeper is able to close the distance.
Yeah, you see the replay there. Mudryk, he's outpacing the whole, the whole team there. His own teammate and the Servette players, but he's actually not running at top speed. He's just kind of jogging, and he's still getting away from everybody. Remarkable speed he's got. In the end, no finish. Here's the corner then, to be taken by Fernandez on the Chelsea left. This will be an in-swinging ball. 4 players hang around to the back post, and they all make the moves now. It's a high ball to the back post, which is on the chest of Disasi now. He's got a chance to feed it back in. Still 4 shirts to aim for. Disasi shows his pace and knocks it out wide. Now Vega's shot's deflected. Might drop on the edge. Still a chance for Mudryk now. Sends it back to Nkunku, and the ball worked back to Fernandez. Fernandez with a short ball to Mudryk inside the penalty area. Servette defenders backing off, but then just sheer numbers got the ball away. Chelsea pick it up through Dewsbury Hall, but that's an awful pass. I'm not sure what he was intending there. Maybe he saw a white shirt in the crowd, and that's where it's gone. Yeah,
really poor decision making there from Dewsbury Hall. I just wonder if Vega can do better. As Disasi beats his defender, he finds him inside the area, and I think he's got more time than he realises. He tries to take that shot first time, and in the end it's really poor, and it's on. Well, I can't really tell which foot is the stronger from Vega. He's used both tonight, but he hits it with what I think is his weaker on the left, and yeah, it's an easy block in the end. And then, as you say, yeah, really poor ball there from Dewsbury Hall, not having the best game.
No, camera's focusing on Enzo Maresca as if he might be tempted into a change at the moment. Servette goalkeeper Moll clears up to the halfway line, headed down by Fernandez, then sent forward again. Guimeno was on his heels, and so Chelsea pick up the ball once more. Badia Shield knocks it forward into the hole for that's Dewsbury Hall taking it and back heeling it now to Mudryk. Mudryk tries to slide it back into midfield now for Nkunku. The move develops down the right now with Madueke, one-on-one with the defender Maziku, and he slips it now back to Nkunku in the box. A little reverse ball looking for Madueke, is repelled by Severin, but Nkunku keeps the possession down by the right. Now Fernandez plays a little link-up pass to him, and he goes back to the halfway line. Yeah, they're just getting to know each other. I think Madueke and Nkunku, very similar players really in terms of they're direct on the ball, and they're both capable of scoring. I think Nkunku definitely the better and the more technical, but maybe this is just an opportunity for Maresca just to maybe he does see Nkunku and Madueke as first team players that are going to play a lot in the Premier League. He's just using this game and the previous leg to. The first leg to allow these players to gel a little bit. And I hadn't really thought about that coming into the game. I just sort of thought maybe this is going to be the second string, but that could be an option for Maresca. Yeah, who knows what he's thinking. This is a good run from the defence by Tosin Adarabayo. He's entered the Servette half and slips it to Nkunku. Wide to Madueke again. Those two linking up quite a lot in this match, as now a crossfield pass goes all the way across the park now to Mudryk. He's faced up with Tsunemoto, who's backing off into the penalty area. Mudryk trying to tease him this way and that, gets it on the right foot again, gets a shot in that comes into traffic, and he's behind off Roulier for a corner. Yeah, slightly better from Mudryk. He was one-on-one with the defender, and he had a little bit more time because his attacking teammates were held up by defenders, and he left Tsunemoto on his own. Did really well, cut inside, eventually gets a shot off, which was better than the one that he had previously. I don't think it was really troubling the goalkeeper. It was bobbling towards the goal, really. But, yeah, better than last time. Corner to be taken by Fernandez again. Chelsea slightly differently set up now for this latest corner. They're all hanging towards the back post of for the previous one. Now they're all on the penalty spot. Nobody on the goalkeeper, though. So this one probably won't be going right into the 6-yard area. Fernandez still yet to deliver it, the Argentinian. Now he sends it in there towards the back post. Keeper's missed it, and it's up in the air from Uecl. Ball still not cleared. Chance for Chelsea on the follow-up, but it's knocked away now to the edge of the box and flicked on. Kuteza holds it up and goes into traffic, but he's found a nice out ball there, looking for the run up front of possibly Dulin, but in the end, Fernandez from the corner got back well to the halfway line, knocks it back to the keeper.
Yeah, I think there was a chance there from that set piece for Chelsea, because the goalkeeper misread the flight of the ball. He comes out to try and get it, realises that he's nowhere near it, and has to sort of backpedal, but they don't win the header. Chelsea, and eventually it was cleared, wasn't it, by Servette, and they were left 1-on-1 there. If the ball is a little bit better towards, I think it was Antunes up there, they could have been in.
Yeah, Antunes trying to put some pressure on Badia Shield now, but he plays it nicely through to Fernandez in midfield. He works it out to the right for Madueke. First time flick looking for Nkunku. Nkunku didn't quite read it, or perhaps the flick was down the Chelsea right, but there's starting to be a few signs now of the Nkunku Madueke understanding that Maresca is probably trying to foster in matches like this and selections like this. Like I say, you see the game at the weekend, you think, well, Madueke is going to start the next Premier League match, so why is he playing here tonight? But there's probably a lot of reasons why Maresca wants to bed certain players in, and connections and things like that.
Yeah, and I think they're probably not going to play midweek weekend throughout the whole season. It's not as maybe as bad as it is in sort of League 1, League 2 with the various competitions that they play. Yes, this is going to get in the way of the domestic season, but they're not going to play in every single game, Madueke and Nkunku, but why not, while you've got them fit and ready, why not gel them together while you can?
Look at the intensity of this game as well. It's not Premier League intensity, is it? It's going to take a little bit out of you, but probably still get a good 65 minutes out of him in the Premier League at the weekend as well. As Guillou tries to win an aerial challenge, the ball comes back Chelsea's way, and eventually Nkunku mops it up with the back pass to Disasi. He goes down after a challenge there from Ondua, and he's holding his head here as if he's been caught in a really awkward way. This could be bad for Nkunku. He's got a history of injury problems, and he's still lying on the pitch.
Yeah, not too much in that for me. No. Andua goes past him and it unnecessarily sort of gives him a shove in the face. He knows what he's doing. It wasn't a case of a flailing arm, wasn't it? It was very intentional from Andua. He'd be lucky to avoid a yellow card, but Nkunku goes down unnecessarily as well.
Wasn't sure if he caught a stud in the pitch there, but clearly it was just the flick in the face there from Ondua. So that's good news for Nkunku, who's now got the ball and he's running towards goal. Ondua nowhere near him on this occasion. Now Dewsbury Hall, that's almost a lovely pass inside to Mudryk, but well read by Tsunemoto, and he clears. And now coming to the halfway line is Derek Kuteza, who's got pace and he's got a few skills as well. He gets away from Fernandez to the edge of the box, feeds it into Cognac. Cognac crosses towards the back post, easy for Jorgensen, who claims.
It was a lovely touch initially there from Cognac to get away from the defender. It looked as if that move was just going to open up, but the ball's just not good enough, and there's maybe just not enough options inside the area. Credit to the Chelsea defenders. They have had moments in this game, when they conceded and sort of towards the end of the first half, the start of this half even, where they've looked a little bit sort of not off the pace, but almost lackadaisical. They're just sort of not really fully on it. But they are three big centre halves that are able to clear the ball away. They look really dangerous. I think when you're looking to get the ball inside the area and you see those three, you probably don't want to whip it in towards someone who's smaller than them, because they're just not really going to stand a chance.
Yeah. Chelsea coming out of defence again. That's nice work from Adara Bioyo, and now he finds Nkunku in space. He's really enjoying the second half here. Nkunku, and the space is opening up as he finds Madueke on the right. He's going to take on Maziku, and he switches it back and he chops back and he goes on the outside and he beats him here, cuts it back, edge of the penalty area. Dewsbury Hall arrives, and then the midfielder got back as well and just smuggled the ball away, and it's just not happening for Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, it's not, is it? Here comes Servette.
Yeah, with Kuteza down the left-hand side, game really opening up now, a bit of a basketball feel to it. Flag goes up though, offside Kuteza. Yeah,
poor that from Kuteza. Needs to give a better option, needs to stay onside. But yeah, just not happening for Dewsbury Hall. He's just not getting the bounce of the ball. It's a really poor touch.
It's a really poor offside decision as well. He's nowhere near offside there.
It is, yeah, he's miles onside, and I'm surprised he's not made that point more. I think Cognac has, hasn't he? But yeah, Derek, fair play to Kuteza. I'll take back my criticism because he was onside.
Unless the referee stopped it for another reason, because it's bizarre that. Had he run off the pitch or something like that? He'd run off the pitch and not come back on. I'm clueless as to what happened there. Anyway, there's been a substitution made, and the goal scorer, Guimeno, is coming off here. A bit of a surprise. He had a lively game, scored a good goal just before half-time and had a chance in the second half that was offside. And replacing him is Miroslav Stevanovic. And it looks like there may be another change about to happen as well, as a second Servette substitute comes on. That is for Alexi Antunes, and it's Enzo Crivelli, veteran striker. So front two changed, and Chelsea are going to make some changes too.
I mean, no surprise to see Antunes come off. He probably had less than 10 touches on the ball from what we've seen.
Yeah, no, he was one of the 3 changes from the first leg, wasn't he? He didn't have a game at the weekend, so it was a bit of a strange decision to change players, I thought, but he obviously felt tactically Antunes was the selection tonight, but he's just not worked out. So coming on for Chelsea now, Tyreek George, Moises Caicedo and Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah, triple change for Chelsea. Guiu, ran the defenders pretty hard, but they didn't really ever look in trouble with him just on his own. He wasn't maybe strong enough to hold them off, and in the end, really, he probably wasn't quick enough in behind either to get past them. He worked his socks off this evening, Guiu, but maybe just not enough. Made it a little bit too easy.
You see the game start to turn into a basketball match, end to end, and it's perfect for Jackson, isn't it? So this is the right moment to introduce him and his pace, rather than Guiu's sort of hold-up play and overall technicality. Quick throw in taken there to Tyreek George, who's going to play on the right-hand side of the Chelsea formation. He's replaced Madueke. I think also Enzo came off there as well, didn't he, as well as Guiu. Disasi knocks it back now into midfield, into defence for Adala Bioyo. His attempted clearance is closed down by Stevanovic. He's down as a midfielder, but he looks like he's playing up front, and now he gets it. That's a naughty one. Crivelli, who's just come on as a sub, has clattered straight through Adala Bioyo, and he could get a yellow card for that. Yep. Yeah,
he's not even touched the ball yet, Crivelli, but he's already in the book. Really nasty challenge. I did commentary on QPR against Plymouth in the Championship on the weekend, and it was a really similar challenge from one of the Plymouth players that got sent off towards the end of the game. I was worried there that Crivelli was going to get sent off, but just the yellow.
Yeah, his first touch was a yellow card. He's got a smile on his face, but he was just trying to close down a clearance, but it's one of those where you're trying to block it and you catch the defender's foot in the follow-through. The referee's going to give that as a yellow card, or he's going to give us a free kick, absolutely. On Disasi. And now there's another foul in midfield, so this is Dulin now, who's brought down young Tyreek George, and it looks like the message has gone out to get a bit physical.
Yeah, it certainly has, hasn't it? They're not winning the
was Jackson, wasn't it? Sorry, Jackson was fouled.
Jackson's gone down. They're not winning the game on possession or chances created, but they're trying to win it by, I think, just kicking lumps out these Chelsea players in this second half, causing a little bit of a commotion as well. Dulin in the book.
Yeah. With
a little bit of help there from Nkunku by the looks of it. I think the referee was looking around for David Dulin, and Nkunku pointed him out for him.
Jackson's still down, getting up pretty gingerly now. It was
it was a nasty one actually.
He's clattered through the back of him there, caught him on the knee, Dulin. So he goes into the book, joining several of his teammates who've been booked tonight. I think a couple of defenders have been on yellow cards. Obviously Crivelli, having just come on as well, is also on a caution. So taking no prisoners at the moment, Thomas Haberle's side. And we've got a break in play as Jackson is still, well, he's still on the field, but he's not moving too freely. The ball goes back now to Jorgensen from the restart. Pressure from Crivelli. He won't be dawdling on the ball now with him coming at him. Now it's Adala Bio to Disasi. There's a real press and a real hustle from the substitutes now for Servette, but Chelsea just trying to pass through them, and they've found a nice route through to Nkunku. Again, he just glides past Ondua and moves into a position where he can serve it out to Mudryk on the left-hand side. Fullback comes to engage him. He's going to take him on here. Will he go on the outside? Yes, he does this time. Beats him, and then he gets a poor ball in, Mudryk. He almost tried to cross that with his right foot when he's beating him on the left.
Yeah, he just doesn't get enough on it, not enough weight on it on that left boot. I think he was pushed away a little bit by the defender. But certainly needed a better cross there.
Cleared by Servette, and then a foul on Crivelli. So a bit of revenge there from Chelsea player to Badiashile, who's got one back on Crivelli. And a long ball forward now finds Kuteza. And now Servette are on the attack down the left-hand side, taking on Disasi. He's beaten him, but then cover comes in from Adala Boyo to knock it out. In fact, it was somebody else covering back there, wasn't it, for Chelsea? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's gone behind for a throw-in, I think, close to the corner flag.
Sorry, Simon. Yeah, I've been impressed in moments with Derek Kuteza. He showed signs sort of every now and again of looking really, really good at a good touch there, or like beats his defender. I've been impressed with him.
Long ball in from the throw-in. It was Caicedo actually who covered him behind his fullback. Then he gets another header in here, but this is not a great header. Kuteza's ballooning cross is eventually hacked away by Chelsea, and they try and regroup as now Jackson tries to show his pace and his strength to get away from a defender, and he's left the defender in the dirt here as he approaches the edge of the penalty area. Support alongside him. Jackson going himself, great feet, and then he falls in a heap on the edge of the box. And Servette can clear.
Yeah, couldn't really do anything else there, could he? There's a run from Nkunku in front of him, but there's 3 defenders in the way. There's no way he's going to be able to get the ball to him. That's brilliant defending, though, from Nkunku.
Yeah, he's had a good game, hasn't he, I think, overall. You mentioned Kuteza before. Would he be the one for Servette? If you're looking at a player, say you're a Premier League or a Championship club, and you're saying, which one of these Servette players would I be looking at? Would he be the one, or are there better ones than Kuteza?
I think the fullback, besides giving away the penalty, Tsunomoto has done pretty well. Coming up against Mudryk, we know he's not sort of technically the best, but the pace alone is really difficult to deal with, and I think he's done really well. He's held him up whenever he's had the ball sort of on the edge of the area. He's had those 2 shots, hasn't he, Mudryk? One went straight over and one was easily blocked.
Could be a chance there for Chelsea down the right-hand side. Tyrick George, young player on the board, goes on the outside, slips as he crosses, and it falls into the goalkeeper's arms. The referee says corner, though. He says the defender got a touch there, and the ball was behind the line before the keeper picked it up, much to the complaints of the Servette players. So we're midway through the second half at the start of Genève. It is still Servette 1, Chelsea 1 on the night, 3-1 in aggregate to take you through to the full time. It's going to be Tom Wilson.
Cheers, Simon. Yeah, today with his right boot. Goes over the top of Vega, won back by Servette in the semicircle. Heavy challenge comes in from Moses Caicedo. Is he going to be into the book as well? The referee's definitely reaching for a card. It may have been, but the camera just panned away. But here comes Servette down the left-hand side on the byline. A chance to get the ball inside the area. That's a poor one, intercepted by Nkunku. Hasn't been. He's not defending, has he? He's been working really hard. He's got them going up front, but he's also doing his defensive duties really well.
Yeah, I think he's played very well. I think he's definitely been one of the stars for Chelsea tonight, and you can expect to be playing quite a few games if he carries on like this.
69 minutes gone. Here's Jackson with the ball over the top. Showed too much of that though to the captain Steve Roulette. Goes out of play for a throw-in. I think Jackson's complaining about the ball over the top. He had time to bring it down and beat his defender. He chose not to. And so it will be a throw-in then to Servette. It's about level with the edge of their own area. It's going to be Tsunomoto. Throw down the line, headed up and then back by Vega, who's underneath it for a second time. A little bit of head tennis, and Servette come away with it down the right-hand side. That's a good ball into the channel. An overlapping run as well, and that's a lovely ball to set them away down that right-hand side. 2 to aim for inside the area, but the ball is poor. It might just break for them though. Tsunomoto, no, it wasn't. Instead, it was Crivelli making that deep run. I thought for a second this time it was going to break for them.
Yeah, it was. They just didn't have enough bodies in the attack there. There was a man at the far post, Kuteza, if Crivelli had left it, and I suppose he was trying to do that, but 2 Chelsea defenders just between them somehow got the ball behind. But yeah, they were a little bit exposed there, Chelsea.
It will be a corner though to the home side. It's going to be Cognac to take it, an away swinger on that right boot. And it comes towards the penalty spot. The referee's seen something he's not happy with, and it'll have to be retaken. I'm having a word with Axel Desarsi just on the penalty spot. It's a handshake from Stefanovic. It'll be retaken. 70 minutes gone, 20 to go in normal time. In it comes then from Cognac. Again, same area, but again headed away by Chelsea. Headed back towards the corner take on that right-hand side now with Derek Kuteza. Cognac takes over, back to Kuteza. Gets away from Moore inside the area. Tries to dink it into the area. Headed away by Chelsea towards the edge. The strike from the edge, and it goes out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, Ondua had the final effort, but the ball was bobbling around a little bit in the Chelsea box. I thought they defended the set piece pretty well, and then Servette just tried to knock the ball back in there. Eventually a shot came in, but it was way off target. We see the angle from behind, and it's quite a long way wide that is from Ondua.
Yeah, six caps for Cameroon, Gail Ondua. There's a few internationals in this Servette team. Mizoku, the fullback, has played 9 times for Congo. You mentioned before Tsunomoto not played for the Japan sort of full men's team, but he has featured at youth level. And the goalkeeper, Maul, as well, has played, as you mentioned, a couple of times for Cyprus. Ball forward to Jackson's intercepted. Servette win it back. Dink ball over the top for the on-rushing Tsunomoto. Cross comes in from him. Headed towards goal and past the goalkeeper. He's caught Jorgensen off his line. It's the substitute Crivelli who's got on the end of it, rather from nothing there from Servette. And game on.
It certainly is. I mean, Crivelli, towering header. I mean, he's not the tallest striker, is he? But he's got up above two taller Chelsea defenders. And the goalkeeper's had an absolute disaster here. It looks like it looks like he's falling in a hole. What is Jorgensen doing here? He just falls over.
Yep.
He falls over. But it's not like he's really even moving. So why is he falling down there?
Well, this is
it's a disaster from Jorgensen.
And
If he just stands up, he saves it. He catches it.
Well, if it's one position, if you're a Chelsea player where you can't afford to make a mistake because you're more than likely to get replaced, it's definitely between the sticks, given that they've got so many options back there. But he has been caught out there, Jorgensen. He fell to the ground at the vital moment. It was Stefanovic on the right-hand side with the cross, not Tsunomoto. As I thought, a decent cross and a good header. Just before play continues after that goal for the home side, there's going to be another change. Mikhailo Mudryk is going to be replaced by Cole Palmer. I would suspect then potentially Nkunku will go to that wide position, or maybe I can't see Palmer playing off the left, but we'll wait and see. Anyway, on comes Cole Palmer, so the man who got 3 assists and a goal at the weekend. He's straight on. He seems to come towards the near right-hand side.
Yeah.
Change there for Servette potentially. Not too sure. As play continues anyway.
I think George has gone out to the opposite flank now. So,
yes.
Nkunku will stay number 10.
Ball forward from George to Jackson. Takes the ball in his stride. Space for Palmer immediately on that right-hand side. That's a good toe in there from Mizuku. And they come away with the ball here. Servette, he's fouled off the ball there by Jackson. And as his pass is intercepted, it will be a free kick. And a very trigger-happy referee with these yellow cards. Jackson in the book now.
Yeah, this is just a match which Chelsea have just completely lost control of. You know, they were 3-0 up on aggregate and cruising. And then just a sloppy period at the end of the first half has encouraged Servette. Now they're back in the tie. Next goal, this would be bedlam, you know. And Chelsea they've lost control of the match, and you can just see that the Servette players are growing in stature, and the Chelsea players are making silly, needless fouls.
The goal scorer for the second, Crivella, tries to nod it on. They might come away with it here, Servette, but good defensive work there from Tyreek George. Clearance from him is only as far as about halfway into their own half for Tsunomoto. Trying to dink ball down the line and gets one back, and here they go now again, Servette. This is where they got that second from, crossed in towards the back post this time, headed out of play for a corner kick by Axel Disasi.
Yeah, they're trying just to get balls into the box any which way now, aren't they? Because they've seen a weakness there with the way they scored the second goal. They've seen that Jorgensen's nervous, so just get balls in and see what comes of it.
Take that short, that corner from the left-hand side. Dig out across as well. Chance on goal. I thought for just a second that the camera angle sort of tricked me there. It was Roulette steaming in. I think there was a block just before it went towards goal and out for another corner.
Well, it wasn't far away. It was a really good short corner routine. Cognac sent it in there, and he's got a free run. The defence is static there, stood on the edge of the 6-yard box. He runs in there, and if he just gets a slightly better touch, that goes in for 3-3 on aggregate. Roulette
stayed up. Severin's up there as well. 2 centre-halves for Servette. It's going to be Cognac, who's had some decent deliveries in this game. 75 minutes gone. It's 3-2 on aggregate to Chelsea. It's 2-1 to Servette on the night. Cognac still waiting to take it. He's got to wait for Palmer to get back to the 10-yard spot first, though. And it comes from Cognac towards a penalty spot, headed partially away by the Chelsea defenders, but it will come back into the danger area from the left-hand side as Tsunomoto picks it up. Lovely dink ball down the line if he's onside. Trying to get a cross in alley, and they're going to hold it up in the corner, try to get the better of Palmer. Dinked in towards the area now and flicked towards goal, but comfortable collection there from Philip Jorgensen. But it's funny because I mentioned before the second goal scorer, Crivelli, came on that you wouldn't want to get the ball inside the area. You wouldn't want to cross towards the 3 big centre halves, but Crivelli's just a different option for them now.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not about size or stature or anything like that. It's about desire, and he's got the desire. All right, he came on and he fouled the guy inside about 10 seconds, and he just seems like he's got more desire than the Chelsea defenders to win the ball at the moment.
Yeah, they're trying to win the ball back high as well, Servette, but they've managed to wriggle it out, Chelsea, towards Tyreek George on the left-hand side. Jackson in front of him, tries to feed Nkunku instead. Eventually, luckily, breaks for Caicedo off the bench for Chelsea, and then Jackson feeds it to Palmer on the right-hand side. Chelsea's main man cuts inside on that left boot. thought about shooting, cuts back, dinks one inside the area to Nkunku. He leaves it for Jackson round the corner from Dewsbury Hall. Can they get through on goal here? They can, Chelsea. It's a touch at the back stick. Eyes towards the near flag, though, as the assistant has put it up. Jackson wiggles his finger. He might have just been offside, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, have they got semi-automated offsides in the Europa Conference League? Jackson is... it's tight. It's tight. I think that is... it's 50-50 that whether it's going to get offside or not. He does the right thing. He carries on. He slots it home there, Jackson. He can't complain about the finish. And the build-up play was quite nice as well. Cole Palmer was initially trying to play it through, and then it was fed through. Was it by Nkunku in the end?
I think the last touch might have come from Dewsbury Hall. Actually,
it was a good final pass and it was a good finish, but it looks like it's going to be ruled out. The referee's still waiting for the official verdict. I think it's tight though.
Yeah, it was certainly tight. It's the left boot of Jackson. If he is onside, it's the right shoulder of one of the two centre halves. I think it was Severin, and they're obviously taking their time to make sure this is the correct decision. Jackson, his lovely left foot finish though, is cancelled out. It will be offside, and it will be a free kick. And I think another change here for the home side. There is. It's number 17 for them coming off. Derek Kuteza showed some good signs, as I mentioned, in this game, but he's been replaced by Julian Van Moos, the 23-year-old. It's a shame, really, because I think he's had a good game, Kuteza.
Yeah, he's certainly been prominent, hasn't he? More so than other forwards that have not really, shown up tonight for Servette. But yeah, Von Moos, we'll see what he can do. He's come on as a sub here in a situation where the tie is alive and his team are playing well. So it's up to him to perform now.
Yeah, about 12 minutes of normal time remaining as one ball back here. Desarsi thought it was a foul. As Desarsi tries to switch it towards that left-hand side. Defender Tsunomoto heads away in front of Tyreek George. Down the line comes Servette now on the far right-hand side. It's 79 minutes gone. Servette 2, Chelsea 1. It's 3-2 in aggregate, though, to the English away side. Left-hand side, lovely ball. Lovely touch by Cognac as well. Strides towards the penalty area. Cuts in on his right boot. Tries to get a shot away, but it's blocked at source. Servette will keep the ball, though. Chelsea not able to get out of their own box at the minute as the ball down the line towards its left-hand side. Dinked in towards the area. Chested down on the edge. Tries to set it for a teammate in on duo. Hits one, but it's way over the bar.
Yeah, it sat up nicely, and the shots are coming in. This is the concern. Chelsea are probably thinking, we're going through here, and a bit complacency set in. All of a sudden, the home side are now having pot shots from. That's a guy who's probably never scored a goal in his, one every 2 seasons sort of thing. He's having a volley from 30 yards because he thinks it could be on. This could be his night because that's the way the game's going. Just seeing the replay of the offside, or still of the offside. Wasn't much in it, but he does look like he's just slightly offside there, Jackson.
Here is Jackson to Palmer inside the Servette half. Down the line back to Jackson. He'll just get there in front of the defender. The ball wasn't the greatest. Here's Palmer again, though, on the 1-2. Tries to cut away from the defender. And Mizuko, good challenge, though. And here comes Servette now. They're breaking. And look how much they want to come forward. There's 4 or 5 striding into the danger area. Ball's on the right-hand side. Can they get across him from deep? It's a low-driven one, which is cleared away, but only partially, because Cognac's picked it back up on the byline, on the right-hand side, lays it off, and there's a dinked ball in towards the back post. Free header, drops on the edge of the 6-yard box. He manages to get a strike in, but it's blocked by the Chelsea defenders. But this is dangerous.
Oh yeah, this is disastrous for Chelsea if they don't see this out in the next 10 minutes. Goes to extra time, who knows? Penalty shootout at the end of this 120 minutes potentially. This is a really big 10 minutes for them, and I'm not sure Maresca's got the right team out there at the moment. They look disorganised. They look all over the place, to be honest, in defence now.
Yeah, again, no leaders for Chelsea. Ball inside the area for Servette. Dinked towards the penalty spot, but cleared away by Vega. It'll be touched down by Ondua, who you weren't wrong about, by the way. He's only scored, I think I just saw 3 goals, maybe 6 goals in his in his domestic career, as Palmer can't keep hold of the ball on the right-hand side. It goes out of play for a Servette throw. It'll be taken by Bradley, but he's offside. It will be a free kick.
Yeah, bit of a shame that for Servette. He's roaming all over the place, isn't he, Cognac, and he's having an effect on the game. Just hasn't quite got the final pass yet, but you can see he's very appreciative of where the space is and the runs to make, and sometimes it's his runs that are setting up opportunities for other players. If he was to get the ball, inside that penalty area, then you can make something happen. And 8 minutes to go, plus a bit of stoppage time. This is definitely a testing period for Chelsea.
Jorgensen takes the free kick from that offside. It's up towards the halfway line for Jackson, who doesn't win his header. Won back by Servette. Again, a little bit of head tennis on the halfway line as Caicedo flicks it forward. Referee says play on, although Servette players want a high boot. Here's Tyreek George on the left-hand side, forced away from goal by Sunimoto, who's defending well to hold him up. He goes round the corner to Nkunku. Can he get a strike from the edge? He finds Palmer instead inside the area. It should be a goal. He hits the crossbar and it comes away from goal. And it's going to be cleared by Servette. It looked like they were going to win the game there, Chelsea. And I thought he could have just done a pass to his left and it would have been a goal.
Yeah, brilliant from Nkunku. He just shrugs off his opponent there, Stevanovic, with a lovely sort of drop of the shoulder strength. And then he's got the eye for the pass. Very sort of... good weighted pass into Palmer, who's onside, and he's got to score. He scored so many easier chances than that Palmer, but he somehow hits the crossbar.
Yeah, it could have been offside, I think. Palmer.
Yeah, maybe. We'll never know because play's restarted now and it's not been checked by VAR. So it's just just one of those that we'll never know. If he'd scored, it would definitely been probably poured over for 5 minutes. The
1-2 between Palmer and Caicedo breaks down as. It's won back by Servette. Down the left-hand side now is Miziku. He strides forward. Actually, it's on Dua on the left-hand side. He tries to switch play towards the right on the corner of the box. It's going to be chested down brilliantly and flicked down the line to Sunimoto. Back towards Stevanovic. He gets a left-footed ball inside the area, headed away by Disasi. On Dua on the edge again, gets one back inside the area, but it's overhit and out of play. I thought again he was shooting there on Dua.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was doing. It was a bit of contact from Palmer as the ball was dropping to him, and I think that put him off. But in the end, he's just ballooned it well off the pitch on the far side for a throw-in. 6
minutes of normal time remaining. In truth, Chelsea hanging on a little bit at the end here. I think we're waiting for another change for Servette. And the referee's actually just gone over to Renato Vega, who's been booked for time wasting on the far left-hand side. He's waiting to take a throw, Vega, but he's waited too long.
How's he going to get booked for that when they're waiting for a substitution? So this is Servette making a substitution at this point. Why does Vega get a yellow card when the ref's letting a substitution happen? Yeah, he's not time wasting because the referee stopped the game.
Yeah, I think some confusion there maybe between the officials. David Dulin is the man that's come off. On comes Utara for Servette. Another change as well. They're definitely chasing the game. They probably fancy their chances, I'd imagine, Simon.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, nobody's left the ground, have they? The Servette fans are loving this, and I bet they've created a great atmosphere as well. Could be a chance to on the counter-attack for Chelsea.
Yeah, Jackson's in behind. He's got plenty of work to do on the left-hand side. Tries a first-time ball inside the area. It's a really poor one with the outside of his boot, and it's collected by the goalkeeper after taking the deflection. Here goes Servette now, down the left-hand side. 5 minutes to go. That ball might just be overhit as Disasi comes across to try and deal with it. The substitute Van Moos goes down under the challenge from Disasi. Referee says no foul. I think the last touch came from Servette man, although the referee didn't agree. It will be a throw-in to Servette instead.
Well, we've seen they've got a good long throw, haven't they? We saw it from just about 5 minutes ago. A decent ball went into the box from this kind of range. So, here he comes on Dua.
On Dua with the throw towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but collected by the long arms of Philippe Jorgensen, who rose up to collect it. It's probably the best thing he's done all game.
Yeah, it's not been a great night for him, has it? He made like one half memorable save in the first half. Then definitely a big mistake for the second Servette goal. But, I mean, he won't have had too many long throws to deal with in La Liga, but that's something he's definitely got to be aware of. Physicality coming out in the box in traffic and dominating, but he did all right there.
Yeah, had to work his way through a crowd. Here come Chelsea, essentially now with Vega. Has a look forward for Jackson, but he wasn't keeping an eye on the Portuguese central midfielder at the minute, although he's started the game at left back. Here's Palmer, goes back towards the halfway line for Badia Shield. Essentially now, as it's just won back by Servette on the left-hand side. Tried a ball down the line, but Disasi was there to block. Van Moos tried to set things away, and the manager for Servette just wagging his finger. He didn't agree with that one from the referee, Thomas Hiberli. Spent the majority of his playing career with young boys. Even managed them at youth level and was caretaker manager for a really short stint. Had one cap for his country, Switzerland. He's managed Basel and at the under-21 level, Luzern and Estonia as well, before taking charge of Servette just before this season started. Long ball from the clearance from them, looking over the top, but cleared away by Badia's Shield. Down the left-hand side for Tyreek George to chase. Oh, mistake from the defender there, but he recovered. Tsunimoto managed to get it back towards the goalkeeper, who in turn makes it a mistake as well. Luckily, they get away with it. Tried to flick it around the corner there was Van Moos, and it sets Chelsea away with Palmer down the right-hand side. He's got 3 defenders in front of him to get past. Tries to dink ball inside the air with his right boot. Free header is missed by Chelsea. It was Nkunku coming in, and that could have been the game. But Jackson recovers the ball. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Edge now for Vega. He's got Caicedo to his left, but he hits one instead, which is on target, and it forces a save from the goalkeeper. I think just kept it out. Did he? No, he unfortunately didn't keep the ball in play, and it will be a corner.
Yeah, Vega's done the right thing here, actually. Have a go, and he's forced a save out of Maul, and then the mistake as well, because he should have really held that one in his breadbasket, and then he's let it escape behind for a corner. That'll waste another 30 seconds plus for Chelsea. Fireworks going off now behind the home fans. Real good pyrotechnic display there, which thankfully isn't stopping the game from progressing. Yeah,
there's flares, fireworks. You'd think that they were winning the tie. They are, of course, winning the game, which I'm sure they'd be one for the history books as well, won't it? I think play is actually being paused now as Cole Palmer sits on the ball at the corner flag, and the camera pans to a different angle, which is in that stand where the pyrotechnics are going on, and you could barely see anything. I think it's because pyrotechnics on their own are okay, the flares, but it's the fireworks, I think, that mean that play has to be stopped just for the safety of the players.
Yeah.
The Chelsea players are just going to take this opportunity to have a drink of water, which is a shame, really, because we're 2 minutes away from the end of the 90. And Nkunku and Palmer waiting for the all clear from the referee for the corner. They must have got it, because it looks like they're preparing. At least Cole Palmer stood back up, so play must be ready to continue from the referee, and it is. Nkunku to Palmer, short from the corner on that left-hand side. Still Palmer, tried to flick it back to Nkunku, but it's won back by Servette. Can they break now down the right-hand side? That's a lovely play in the middle from Atara. He tries to set Crivelli away, but he won't get there in front of Adrabayo. The former Fulham man wins the ball, goes down the line. Won back, though, by Servette, about halfway into the Chelsea half. Flick down the line, won back by Tyreek George. This is brilliant, and they could break here, Chelsea. There's 3 in front of Cole Palmer. Nkunku and Jackson are the ones to aim for. Palmer cuts away from his defender, tries to find Nkunku. Takes a touch from a defender and goes towards the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was quite a nice idea that from Cole Palmer, trying to slip it in behind the defence rather than just cross it, and it almost came off. But Chelsea win the ball back, so they're almost there. We're just seeing the stoppage time. It's been added on 6 minutes. We're 20 seconds into that period now.
Foul on the left-hand side by the Servette left-back Mizuku. It will be a free kick to Chelsea. Expecting another yellow card there as he hacked down Nicholas Jackson. We'll just wait and see if he does brandish one. The referee, who's not been shy to go to the book, as Desasi will take the free kick, and I'm sure take a few seconds off the clock while he does so. As the Servette manager shouts some last-minute instructions. Desasi goes down the line to Palmer. He flicks it further down the line for Jackson. That's a lovely touch from him, but he won't get the recovery. It's good defending from Van Moos, and Servette come away with the ball now down the left-hand side. Jackson chases him down. Still Van Moos, though. Halfway into his own half. Lovely ball down the line. Can he get away from Desasi here? It's a good challenge, actually, from the Chelsea man. And then they've won the ball back, though, with Van Moos. Left-hand side now as Cognac tries to get involved. Chelsea managed to wriggle it away with Desasi. On the right-hand side, cleared up into the air in Geneva. Touched down by Palmer. There's a foul off the ball there on Caicedo, but Chelsea continue with Dewsbury Hall. Strides through the middle. He's got Tyreek George to his left, and he finds the Chelsea youngster. Dewsbury Hall continued his run. Palmer wants it on the right-hand side. He's got loads of space as well. Acres on this right-hand side now. Cole Palmer just slows things down. That Chelsea number 20 gets a 1-2 from Nkunku. Here's Palmer, makes that lovely run, tries to get away from his defender. Still got the ball here on the edge. Cole Palmer tries to feed it through to Jackson. If he's onside, he could be in. He gets a shot on goal. Brilliant save by the legs of the goalkeeper. It's still alive for Chelsea with Nkunku, Vega, Dewsbury Hall. Chance to get the ball in the area. Down the line then for Tyreek George. He leaves it for Caicedo. No, sorry, Nkunku hits one. Palmer recovers. Disasi still on. Palmer takes a touch, gets away from his defender. Can he hit one? Tries to get round another.
Going.
Still going, Palmer. Eventually pokes the ball towards goal. It's comfortably collected by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he was slaloming, then he was stumbling and almost sort of barging his way through defenders there, Cole Palmer. It was kind of an apology of a shot in the end, but Chelsea should have put this match to bed a long time ago. I mean, they were in control, they lost control, they've had chances on the counter-attack to bury it. Jackson, one offside goal, one good save there from Vol, and it's still in the balance there as a cross goes into the Chelsea box.
Yeah, luckily for Chelsea, it cleared up and away by Badia Shiel, who's batted away a number of crosses from Servette this evening. 3 minutes gone in added time, so 3 to go as Tsunomoto swings one back in. Jorgensen comes to collect, he punches. It will fall on the left-hand side though for Servette with Cognac inside the area now. Can he hit one? He does hit one. It's just past the post. And nearly, I thought we were going to extra time there as Cognac just turned from that left-hand side, went centrally and hit one, and Jorgensen might have had it covered, but it was a good effort.
Yeah, Chelsea just losing 50-50s, letting men go spare inside their own penalty area. I mean, Cognac, all he's done, he's just picked up a little bit of space there, but there's about 8 Chelsea defenders back defending, and nobody's near enough to Cognac to shut down the shot. The goalkeeper will be livid there because that shot should not have been even anywhere near his goal. He's tried to pull out a save, but it's gone wide. Fortunately for Chelsea, but they are living on their nerves at the moment.
Yeah, they should have put this game to bed. We just saw a replay there of that Jackson chance. Really good save from the goalkeeper, who's conceded one tonight, hasn't he? But he's made some good saves as well. Yeah,
he doesn't look like a physically imposing goalkeeper, but he's by and large his decisions have been pretty good tonight.
Here's George for Chelsea, trying to get a shot away, but it was blocked by the Servette defender, and it'll wriggle away from Cole Palmer and just bounce out of play for a corner kick to Enzo Maresca's side, who, well, they haven't exactly been flattering. They got booed by parts of the crowd at Stamford Bridge in the first leg, and I can't imagine the travelling fans of Chelsea would boo them for this performance, because they're going to get over the line. But if they were like this in the first leg, then you can almost see why.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look, on the evidence of this game, they're not going to, be a team to be feared in Europe, shall we say that, this season. Here comes Palmer trying to, he wins another corner. But you never know, I mean, this is right at the start of the Maresca era. He's still trying to put together his team and get his influence on the pitch. It may well be that in 6 months' time they're a completely different side. They've been transformed. Players are playing with confidence. They're not looking over the shoulders for getting substituted. They're not fighting over penalties and silly things like that. It could be a very different Chelsea come second half of the season, and they might go on and win this competition. But this is a match they've really had to struggle through, and it's one they probably shouldn't forget.
Yeah, they're just holding the ball up in the corner at the minute between Palmer and Nkunku. A couple of corners taken, and then a throw in now as Palmer tries to poke it towards Nkunku. It'll be won back by Moses Caicedo. Disasi takes over. Tyreek George on the right hand side now, into the corner from him. Flicks away from the defender. I imagine he'll be going for goal though, and he tries to wriggle back towards the corner flags. Won back though by Servette. A little bit of a pushing and shoving as Cognac takes over. About 15 seconds of added time remaining. A last chance to get the ball forward from the Swiss side. He tried to poke it down the line, but Nkunku was there, and he's been everywhere this evening, really. Christopher Nkunku. Well, the referee's seen enough. He's blown his whistle, and it's an end to the Europa League and Conference League for Servette. They won't be playing in Europe this season, but Chelsea will. It ends Servette 2, Chelsea 1. In aggregate, it's Servette 2, Chelsea 3.
Our next football commentary